Hello everyone, welcome to the wrestling quiz. Yes, we've got two challenges. But first, we've got to have a bit of a challenge ourselves. Some nice 10% fakes, whatever you want to call it. So we'll crack this open. But if you do want to play along with this, I don't want any answers written in the chat. We don't want to give these guys any of the answers. So do grab a pen and paper. We're gonna do 5 questions at a time, 5 rounds of 5, 25 questions in total. So let's bring them on to give a bit of smack talk. We've lost one. Oh, he's back now. So first up, we have got Northerner.
Evening.
You gonna win?
Hurry up and bring the Geordie Jabroni out.
All right, he's here then.
Sorry, the phone just fell over.
I thought he's gone.
No, I'm not shitting myself that much yet.
We've got 8 people watching. Oh, we've got a comment, finally. Some smack talk. Come on, feed me chicken, wants it? Well, I've never hosted a quiz before, so I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. But I've Googled some questions and some answers. I hope they're the right ones. But yeah, we're going to do 5 rounds of 5 questions in each. And we'll have a tally up at the end, see who wins.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Any of you two want to say anything before we start?
I've already called him a Geordie Jabroni, so...
I'm a baby face, so I just wish Paul all the best, and I hope he does really well.
So like I was saying, I've got a few more people joining now. If you do want to play along, grab a pen and paper. No promos or feed me chickens upset here. He's the main man when it comes to WWE. Right, so we're going to jump straight into it with the first question. At WrestleMania 1, what type of match was the main event?
Okay. I was 2-year-old when Mania 1 was, but...
Right, question 2. What year was the first SummerSlam? You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Question 3. What is the Iron Sheik's real name?
The guy's Iranian.
I thought I'd chuck in a few tricky ones.
I hope spelling doesn't matter.
No. As long as you can say it.
Can you say it?
No fucking ball.
Now, this test your... you done that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's test your knowledge now. Who was the first heavyweight champion? The first ever one? I'll give you a clue. It was in the 50s.
It was probably earlier than that, was it not? But you're talking first WW...
I don't know. It just said first heavyweight champion.
Okay.
There might have been champions before that, but they weren't heavyweight champion.
Happy?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, and question 5. Who has the most heavyweight championship reigns?
What, in all promotions or just WWE?
Just
Yeah.
WWE. WWE/WWF.
Happy?
Yeah.
Right, so the first lot of 5 are down. How do you think you've done?
I'd be happy with 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I'd be happy with 2 out of 5, I think.
Right, what have you both got for question 1?
Tag team.
I said steel cage.
Mark's right. It's a tag team match.
The steel cage was WrestleMania 2 with the big fat one, the bald one.
Hogan Bundy.
Can you tell me who was in the tag team match though?
So it was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Orton. Not Orton. He went to WCW. He was dead. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
That's him. Right, so 1-0 to Mark.
Do I not get extra points for all the games?
Was it? Didn't the match end with Cowboy Bob Orton striking Orndorff? It cost him the match.
Yeah, he had the big arm brace thing on, didn't he?
Yeah, for some reason I thought the rock and wrestling stuff was Mania 3. Oh well.
So second question: What year was the first SummerSlam?
I put 88.
What did you put, Paul?
86.
Oh, it was 1988. It's 2-0 to Mark. Right, who's going to be the first person to announce this one then?
Not me.
Iron Sheik's real name.
I just put Hussein or Husan.
I haven't got a clue. I know he's Iranian. He's ex-Iranian special forces and stuff, but...
Do you know the rest of it or not?
I'm sure it's something Husan.
I'm going to give it to you because his name is Husan. It is Husan Kosovo Ali Zokeri. Something like that.
I'm not repronouncing that.
Well, I'll give you Husan. That's probably what he was known as. Right, who was the first heavyweight champion?
I wasn't sure. I was torn between two people, Macho Man's dad, Poffo or whatever he was called, but I went with Vern Gagne.
Well, I think it is Vern Gagne, but I went Bruno Sammartino.
Well, Wikipedia told me it's some guy called Buddy Rogers.
Oh, Cowboy Buddy Rogers.
So no points for no one. And question 5: Who has the most WWF/E heavyweight championship reigns?
Is it Cena?
It is.
I went Triple H because he's got the biggest ego in the world.
Oh no! Do you know how many he's had?
I think he's had 17.
It's not that many. 13.
13.
Well, I can tell you after the first part, it's 4-0 to Mark. So let's hope Paul's knowledge gets a bit better from here.
You know what? I've been shitting myself all day about looking like an idiot. I shouldn't have bothered,
It's all a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's all for a laugh.
Participation that counts.
Yeah.
You might be all right in the second half. So question 6.
In fact, Buddy Rogers, wasn't he Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, which is where Fleur gets his name from?
Yeah.
Buddy Rogers.
Yeah, he had like the blonde hair and that as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
I never looked into it that much. I just went to the list of champions and see he was the first one.
I've got knowledge about these people, but pulling the names out of my head is a bit different.
Can you pull this name out of your head, though? Who was the first ever women's champion?
Think so. We're talking not the way it is now, so it's not changed from the divas to the women's. It is going back.
The very first one.
Okay.
Which would have been WWF probably around about the 70s, 80s, I don't know. Somewhere around there. I'm sure you'll get the next one right, though. Question 7. Who has the most WrestleMania main event appearances?
Main event.
Yeah, the main event. Not being at the show, the main event.
torn between two people.
It was pretty close. There was like 5 people with like 2 matches between them all.
I'm gonna stick with that.
There was 2 with 6, 2 with 7, and 1 with 8. Right, next page. Happy Mark. You still thinking?
Yeah.
I've changed it, and if I've changed it to the wrong one, I'm going to be pissed off.
The next one's a bit of a music question for you. Who sings the Real American Hulk Hogan entrance music?
I know who wrote it. I'm not sure if he sung it, so I'm going to have a guess. He sung it as well. Happy?
I'll keep thinking. But carry on to the next question. I'll come back to it just before we start giving answers.
All right. Question 9. What year was All Elite Wrestling AEW founded?
Yeah, that was a guess.
Yeah, it's a guess, but I've got one.
And question 10. Who won the first ever Elimination Chamber match?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I've got an answer for a Real American only because of it's from the rock and wrestling stuff, so it's probably well wrong.
So you both got 5 answers down there for this part.
Yeah, I've done a bit of scribbling out just to prove it now before I shout them out.
No worries. Right. So question 6 was the first ever women's champion.
Is it Mae Young?
I went, because I don't know if they had belts back then, so I went with Rock and Robin.
No, you're both wrong. It was the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
Bastard. Makes sense now because she was. If you've watched Dark Side of the Ring, she wasn't a very nice person.
Yeah.
But she was Mae Young's tag team partner, wasn't she?
Probably shafted Mae Young for the title.
I
don't even know she was fighting.
Sure, but she's known as sort of being a madam to some of the wrestlers from Glow and stuff like that.
Is Glow that TV show?
It's an actual. I think it was an actual thing. It's Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. It was an actual thing. It's a TV shows based on Glow itself, I believe.
Oh, right.
To a degree.
I haven't seen it. I have to watch it. So, who has had the most WrestleMania main event appearances?
I had Austin and I changed it to Triple H.
So, I thought Hogan because he did the first 6, but then I could only think of one more possibly after that. So, I went with The Rock in the end. You're
going to kick yourself. It was Hogan.
I could only think of 7, and when you said there was someone's got 8, I was like, oh, it's not Hogan then. So he did the first 6. I remember he did the 7th, but when he fought The Rock and stuff, it wasn't a main event, was it?
No, that was just a normal match, wasn't it? But was it the main event on the card?
The last fight's always the main event.
Yeah,
it may not be the biggest match, but it's always the main event, the last one, isn't it?
Weren't Rock versus Hogan the last match?
I think it was.
No. Yeah. The last match, I think, was the last match not the triple threat one with the McMahon family.
I don't know.
Haven't we had Rock Hogan twice? So I can't think of who the other main event would be that Hogan was in.
We've only had Rock Hogan once, and it definitely wasn't the main event.
No, but he's definitely had the most appearances.
Oh no!
It may have been 7. It might have been 5, 6, and 7. I might have got that completely wrong.
Oh,
My memory.
oh so if you'd said 7, I knew we did 7.
I'm telling you, anybody who wants to beat somebody at a wrestling quiz should pick me at this rate.
You're doing well so far. 7 questions, 0 answers.
Yep.
Right, so who sang Real American?
So I'm pretty sure Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, wrote it. So I'm just going to guess he sung it as well.
I went Kenny Loggins because I wanted to pull an answer out my ass.
Well, you're both wrong. It was some guy called Rick Derringer.
Oh,
Apparently,
I'm pretty sure Jimmy wrote it.
Apparently, he wrote it and sung it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I just know Jimmy he wrote quite a few songs for people, so it was just a guess.
Yeah, apparently he wrote it and he sung it, apparently, according to Google. We'll have to double check these questions after. So, what year have you got from AEW?
I just guessed 2017.
I've got 2017 as well.
You're not far off. It's 2019. It's not that old.
That was when it debuted, I think. It was founded before then, but yeah, okay.
That's what it said, founded in 2019.
I don't know. James probably will know, but
I'm the baby face. I believe you, Al.
I'm just believing Google.
yeah, what Google's going to know more than me. So.
And the last question: who won the first Elimination Chamber match?
I went HBK. Shawn Michaels.
I went Edge.
It was Shawn Michaels.
Fuck.
It's 5-0 to Mark.
I'm going to have to go some now.
Not very often a Geordie's been 5 up, is it?
Are you ready for question 11? I've pulled this one right out of the stats book. This one. Which state is hosting WrestleMania 38, which is next year's one?
State. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't worried about the town. Just give me what state it's in.
Town.
Done.
Yeah.
Got a feeling that this is wrong. Better write the state and not the town. Yeah, go on.
Right. Question 12. Who won the first ever Royal Rumble?
What was it?
Yep. Who won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble?
Again, I don't think I'm good with spelling.
That's all right, as long as you can say it.
I can't see it. I don't think either, to be honest.
Both happy?
Yeah.
Right, here's a good question for you. What does the AJ stand for in AJ Styles?
Oh, fuck. I've got half of it, but
the other half might come to you in a minute.
yeah, go, carry on.
Gazo Birdroom's going to give you a bit of advice. Look. Right, and question 15. What is Dolph Ziggler's real name? I'm hoping you're going to get some right this time, Paul.
I've got one right at least.
Pass.
Yeah.
Both happy?
Yeah.
Happy?
Right, so who's hosting WrestleMania next year?
I just guessed California.
I think it's in Pennsylvania, so I think it's in Philadelphia, which is Pennsylvania.
You're both wrong. It's in Texas, apparently.
Mother.
Oh.
I'm sure you'll get this one right, though, Paul. Who won the first Royal Rumble?
Oh!
I have actually got that
USA! USA! Sorry, Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. Paul's got a point. Yes. Who won the women's one?
I think it was, I don't know if I can pronounce it. Anuska?
Oscar.
Aye.
I think it was Charlotte Flair.
No, it was Uska.
Oscar.
Uska. A-S-U-K-A.
Just for clarity, I thought it was Charlotte Flair, changed it to Asuka, and then put it back to Charlotte Flair.
That's even worse.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
No, you don't.
Come on then. What's AJ?
I generally have no clue, but I think he's a big Christian, so I just guessed Amen Jesus.
I think the A is Allen, and I'm not sure what the J is. I thought Jones.
Is that what you're going to go with?
It could be Alan James, but I'm going to go with Alan Jones.
You are spot on. You've pulled one back.
Oh.
It is Alan Jones. And then what is...
Somewhere where I have written just that as well.
You haven't scribbled it out 20 times then.
No.
And what is Dolph Ziggler's real name?
Nick Nemeth.
What are you going with, Mark?
Steve Smith.
No, it's Nicholas Nemeth. So Paul,
I have no idea.
His brother's name, at the minute, wrestling under the Nemeth name.
You ain't doing too bad now. You pulled it back to 7-3.
I'm just happy with the point based on my start.
So we're up to question 16. This will really test your knowledge. This will. Who won the first ever match on Raw, aired on the 11th of January 1993?
It was in like that old, like town hall type place, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Room, wasn't it? I'm trying to think who.
I've given you a clue by the year, 1993. Narrows it down a bit.
I've took a guess.
I'll come back to it, but carry on.
Right. Who is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion? This is overall, ever since the Intercontinental Champion's been around.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Question 18. Which wrestler's finishing move is the bank statement?
Abby?
I can't remember her first name. Keep wanting to say Nia, but that's Nia Jax. Yeah, carry on.
All right, question 19. Who won the first ever women's Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And question 20. Who lost the first ever Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can tell I never went easy on these questions. Right, so let's go back. So who won the first ever match on Raw?
I went the 1-2-3 kid.
Oof.
I said Big Boss Man, but
Well, you got the first part. He's very big. He goes by the name of Yokozuna.
oh, Yokozuna.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So who's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion?
Is it I said Tito Santana.
It's the Honky Tonk Man. 454 days.
Yeah.
That was his gimmick, wasn't it?
Yeah. So who has the bank statement?
Sasha?
What did you say, Paul?
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, yes, you are both right.
Who's her cousin?
Don't know.
Dog.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Well, I might wanted to use that in the next quiz.
She inducted him into the Hall of Fame.
He's frozen.
No, Al has.
All right, just no movement.
Wins. Where you both gone?
Al's frozen.
Oh, the internet connection's gone a bit funny. You both
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the internet went a bit funny there. So where was I? Did we do the Money in the Bank? Yeah, Money in the Bank. Who won that? The women's Money in the Bank.
So, I can remember, the blonde girl that was with Big Cass in real life. I remember she won it. But I'm pretty sure Anuska or Anuska, whatever she's called, did a clean sweep that year. She won everything. So I'm just going to say Anuska.
I've gone Charlotte Flair again.
No, I originally did write down that blonde one you said about. What was her name?
Carmella, the blonde one you're talking about.
Yeah, Carmella. I remember her having it.
Oh no, that's who actually done it.
Oh, is it?
It's Carmella.
Oh,
Yeah, because originally I had Alexa Bliss written down, but then like when I looked deeper into it, because I was going through names, I thought it said that bloke who used to eat the apples. And I looked and I went, oh, that's a woman.
yeah. Carlito or whatever.
Yeah, Carlito.
Yeah.
So I don't think Oscar's won the Money in the Bank.
I should not.
No,
I don't think so because
I just couldn't remember that. I couldn't remember Carmella's name, so I didn't put her down.
Becky Lynch won it last year and handed Oscar the title because she was pregnant.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Carmella won the first two because apparently it was exclusive to Raw when it first come out.
Oh. Should have went with me heart.
And who lost the Hell in a Cell match?
I'm pretty sure the first ever one was Kane Undertaker, which Undertaker beat Kane.
I went Foley.
No, the first one was actually Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker,
Yeah,
and Michaels won. So they both got
yeah,
nothing.
because Kane came up through the bottom, didn't he? And
Yeah.
grabbed him. Yeah.
Um,
I was torn. I went the wrong way.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels won it, but Undertaker lost it. If
Who
you'd have
won
went Undertaker instead of Kane, there you'd have won. Right, so Paul, you've got a mountain to climb. You're 5 behind with 5 questions left.
I don't think I'm going to catch him at all, but
Right, you might get this one.
probably not.
Question 21. What is Chris Jericho's band called?
Oh yeah, I do know that, and I've seen them live. But I've got a feeling Mike knows the answer to that. So
Right,
You mentioned it in the stream last night.
You said you don't like modern questions. There's a couple of modern ones coming up. So.
Oh.
Right, first question 22. What year was TNA founded? But there he was. He knows it. Apparently, it was a great match.
Yeah.
Both happy with your answers?
Yeah.
I'm not happy, but I've got one.
Right. Ready for the current questions now. Who is the current TNA X Division champion?
Oh.
Yeah. Guess.
Oh, you could have a new challenger, Mark.
Southern or the north and you, Mark.
Yeah. I can understand him, so it's all right. All right, question 24. Who is the current NXT champion? The men's one.
Men's.
Yeah.
We're talking the
I'm not
US,
going to get any of these.
US NXT, yeah? Not UK.
Yeah, no, not the UK one, the actual USA one.
Okay.
And
That might be right.
question 25. Who was the first ever ECW champion?
Choice of 3.
Yeah, I do mean Impact. That is right. Yeah, they changed it, didn't they? It's Impact Wrestling now, not TNA anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy.
I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to stick with the original answer. I can't remember what name he goes by in TNA. So if we get to that question, I'll say who I thought it was.
Yeah. Right, so 21. Chris Jericho's band.
Was he?
Aussie.
Correct. That means Mark has won.
I cannot catch Mark. That is correct. I'm just damage limitation now.
I haven't got any of the next 4 right, so I wouldn't worry too much.
What year was TNA founded?
2005?
2003.
Oh, so close. A year earlier.
2002.
Yeah. 2002. Who is the current Impact Wrestling X Division champion then? Not TNA.
So I think I put Eric Young, but I now think it's whatever Zack Ryder is called in Impact Wrestling, because I'm sure that's where he is now. I can't remember what name he goes by.
I just put Zach.
I don't know. I don't even know who Zack Ryder is.
Yeah, but I put Eric Young as my answer.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's a young guy called Ace Austin.
Never heard of him.
I've never even heard of him. He weren't born till '97, so he's very young.
I don't think TNA have got a broadcast deal, so we won't see it in the UK, I don't think.
I don't know. I just literally looked at who was the current champions.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Feed Me Chicken might be the next one to challenge her. He knows him. Look, Ace Austin.
I think.
So he's put a question mark like, who's that?
Oh. Game Zone Birdroom got the TNA one, right? I think he's Googling these answers, you know. Wikipedia like he does on his video games.
At least he disguises his Wikipedia looking as his own, though. He disguises it well, sorry. Not tries to pass it off as his own.
You might
I know where you're going with that, Paul.
I'm not going to say it.
So, who's the NXT Men's Champion? The USA one.
Walter?
Walter's the UK champion. It's Finn Balor.
Is he? I don't watch it.
Finn Balor or
yes,
Prince
it's Finn Balor.
No. In the UK.
Finn Balor, I've got written down.
It is Finn Balor. That's
and
his name.
Who was the first ever? Who was the first ever ECW champion?
I was torn between a couple of names because I never really watched it. So I was either torn. It was either Sabu or Taz as a guess. And I just went Taz.
I was torn between Sabu, Dreamer, and Taz as well, and I went with Tommy Dreamer.
Well, what about if I said the name Superfly?
Jimmy Snooker?
Was it?
Jimmy Snooker. It was Jimmy Snooker.
Oh.
Wow.
He was the first ever one. Jimmy Snooker. Do you want to have the free tiebreaker ones for a bit of fun? Because these are quite good ones.
My ass.
Go on then.
Yeah. Right. Well, there's only 3 questions, so you can't catch him anyway because he's 4 ahead. Right, so question 26 for these are the tiebreakers. I've got which former WWE wrestler launched their own Netflix show in April 2020?
Big Show.
It's been cancelled as well.
Yeah, that is correct.
Big Show.
That's it. Already.
Yeah.
Who was the first ever person to pin Mr. Perfect in the WWE?
Hogan.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was Hulk Hogan.
It was Hogan.
It is a really tricky one. I reckon Paul will get this one, though. What is the theme song of WWE Raw?
What, now?
Yeah.
Something Skillet.
I know the Skillet of the band. If it
Skillet
is,
of the band. Skillet of the band.
I don't know the name of the song, but Skillet of the band, if that's the case, Christian rock band. But yeah.
Is it apparently a song called Legendary?
They do say Legendary quite a lot in it. But yeah, I'd never have answered that.
Right, so the final scores are Geordie Slasher Gaming has got 10 out of 25.
It's nothing to brag about 10 out of 25, is it?
I thought you'd done well because I literally got some hard questions in. I could have got like really easy ones that everyone knows, but then what's the point in that? It's not really a quiz, is it, if everyone knows it? And Paul has got
6, I think.
So you only lost by 4. It weren't that bad, considering how hard the questions were. But I think this man wants to challenge you next. Maybe we'll have a Feed Me Chicken versus Game Zone Birdroom, and then we'll have a final to play.
Yeah, have them 2 next, and then I'll play the winner.
Is Feed Me Chicken and Game Zone Birdroom up for the challenge?
I think they'll go. I think they'll dress up and go a lot more over the top than me and Paul just sat there with t-shirts.
I didn't
Got the organ on. That's about it. And I did bring Macho Man for luck.
What, just like when you got whooped at games as well by him? Bird fight round 2, yeah. Right, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your evening on the quiz though?
I enjoyed it a lot more than Paul.
Yeah.
No, it's a bit of fun. It's good.
It was.
Something to do.
Yeah. If it carries on, I'll happily have a rematch at some point.
Yeah, if we can find, if anyone wants to play it, drop a comment down below, and we'll see if we can get a little tournament going or something. I'll have to get some better questions.
Maybe one of
A King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, we could do, yeah.
Maybe one of the guys on the Bootleggers wrestling stream might want to have a go.
If we can get 8 people, we could do a 10 questions each first round, 15 second, and then 20 for a final.
Get the bootleggers to go up against each other so they knock each other out.
Yeah,
You don't want them all come into the semis.
I reckon the retro chef will be up for it.
Yeah.
Gurney.
I think, well, I reckon Time Warp will be, but anything past sort of 2010s WWE might stitch him up a bit.
I think Tony would be up for it.
Yeah,
I'm sure Tony would be up for it.
He does actually like
Tony.
his wrestling. That's not a piss take.
I know he does. I was watching his stream when he was talking about it.
Last night was brilliant, wasn't it?
He does like his wrestling.
Right?
I'd be king of the basement.
I'd be the king of the basement.
James is up for it. Is he going to wear his parrot hat?
Yeah, if you get a format that works like a King of the Ring, I'll happily come back and get my ass whooped again.
Right, so if anyone watching this wants to take part in a King of the Ring tournament, put your interest down below in the comments, and we will get back to you and sort something out. Probably be in about 3 or 4 weeks though, once I can get some more questions together. Took me ages to get these lot.
So basically, to win, you just Google wrestling questions.
Yeah. If anyone has got any good questions for me, please inbox me and let me know.
Just not the week you're there on.
Yeah. If you're taking part in the quiz, they won't be getting used for you. No cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thank you very much, Al. Thank you very much, Paul. I'm off to get my Chinese and watch EastEnders. Ta-da!
No worries. I'll catch you later. Right, I'm going to end this now. So thank you everyone for watching. And hopefully we'll get another one done soon.